And this matchup on WildCard Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Commanders and the Buccaneers on Monday Night Prime Time.
Playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Tonight, it's the Monday conclusion to what's been an amazing Super Wild Card weekend, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
What a weekend it's been already. One more to get through on this Monday night, and we are underway here in the wild card round. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone and tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there, 4 yards. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 4. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Here's Howell. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
First down, Howell to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive, keep moving.
On first down, we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Back to Robinson now on first down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Second and 5. Howell from the gun. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Howell now to throw it. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
On second down, they'll run with White. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. First down, Mayfield. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
Not at all. You know what else to do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Powell. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do, but let's face it. You know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And McLaurin, the motion man right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Hines first carry. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll start here with a handoff to White. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jamin Davis, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They go with White on the counter, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. This pass into the hands of Turner. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. It's quite a bit of the short passing game here early in the first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs' 43-yard line. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Now it's Hines. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Howell. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They'll go play action. Howell. They'll roll him out right. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Sly on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw complete to Otten. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now this throw caught left side. 36 yards on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And a fast footwork by White down at the 25.
The big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go up the middle with White. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Cody Barton there to bring him down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Rashad White taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Buccaneers have got it back to within a score. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round, they told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. 78 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
On third down, Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So from Buccaneer territory, now it's first and 10 at the 30-yard line. Throwing here, Howell. Pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. This is Hines dancing away at the 35. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time. But any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Howell throwing on third down here. Thomas brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Dancing to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Sam Howell, a 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Good decision to keep the football and some really good running in the end zone.
And so much for scouting because you know they went over this in practice on the defensive side that you have to protect the edges in that RPO, that he may tuck it and keep it himself. Instead, he crashed down and off he went.
Slide for the PAT. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing a kicker. Defense. Hey, we're going to do what we do.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. First down now, but that clock rolling. To throw, Mayfield. His throw incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Mayfield looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing, Mayfield. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's what he normally catches. 4th down. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 10. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Howell's throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Hines. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Nyheim Hines, 56 yards. And the Commanders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Now Joey Sly for the point after. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll get that out to the flat to White. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Another catch by White. Back-to-back plays. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC WildCard matchup as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, once again, thank you. What a 3 days it has been. Just one more half of football remains on this Monday night in Super WildCard Weekend. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Dak Prescott, another strong performance as his guys claim victory number 13 on the year. As for our game, it has been very one-sided in that first half, but you can't take anything for granted in playoff football. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play in the final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken right at the 35. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Howell. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Well, time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Opting to run again here with White. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air. Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Pulled in at the 24. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A give left side to Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at 40. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Off play action, it's Howell. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Back to throw. Howell. Got a man. It's Brown. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 45-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. First down, Howell to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. Give him 30 yards there.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Howell, he'll look to throw it. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
The defenders certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
With a play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. Oh, look at Thomas, wide open. Touchdown, Washington. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are able to widen their advantage.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, Let's just say it's been unusual.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. Now a give up the middle. This is White. Got a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Now Mayfield. Toward the sideline, and he locates Gage. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains in this NFC West. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. This is White. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So a big play there on 4th, and now 1st and 10 at the 30. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline.
Now White lost the football. And now look at him go. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question was the knee effect.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Mayfield now on 2nd down. He's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Mayfield now. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Jamin Davis, his 2nd sack of the night.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense.
And you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here. I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd silent.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. The offense on third down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 7. Howell changing the play here.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts.
That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Howell. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. The throw over the middle taken in. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Mayfield completes it again to Gage. And now they're in the hurry-up. Here's Mayfield. Going across the formation, there's Otten with it. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Cade Otten from 3 yards out. And the Buccaneers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaurin. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And Cade Otten capped things us off with a touchdown grab. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And he will have a Commanders first down, and that should just about do it. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to be better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. You've seen it happen in college and happen in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them.